Do 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 do. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta switch to my other account. CP's Garage. CP's Garage. Yeah, I guess it's time to break some bolts loose. Do do do. Factory set. Probably gonna mess something up now.
Probably.
Oh, I don't know what happened to it.
Maybe I can just go to docs and then try and add it.
Do, 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 do. Live chat. Well, I got the live chat opened up here, so until then, time to break a crankshaft pulley. Ah. Right, Cliff? We finally got video working.
Hey, look, video.
I see it. You got the thing working on that one thing? On the computer now?
Yeah, I got it working on the computer.
Pulling the pulley. Pulling the pulley. For some reason, this one's stuck. Yeah, this one's really stuck. For a Florida truck, this thing's stuck. Not that I know of. It's from Jacksonville. I'd have to look at warranty history, see where it's been. This thing's stuck. Holy crap. Hell, some northern trucks I've worked on wasn't this bad. There we go. Come on, baby. Uh-oh. Diamond washer just fell off. Oh, that's why. It's got rust all the way around it. There's the problem. All the rust. Well, we got another problem. The diamond washer is MIA. It fell and disappeared. I suppose I better find that before we go any further, because that is rather important. Yeah, it's gotta be. Yeah, found that out on the fan clutch pulley. Okay, diamond washer, there you are. Found it. Right there. New pair of glove time. Put that back where we found it. Get the needle nose. Grab this guy. And this guy. And then we'll grab this guy right here. Oh. Okay, now we need an 8mm wherever that thing went. We get to go diving into the truck. Hey, look, it's Aaron's shirt making another appearance. Come on, bro. Thank you.
This says PTT, push the dock.
Powerstroke Tech Talk. Bye-bye, crank seal. You are no longer
Oh, Powerstroke tech dock, yeah.
push to talk.
I thought he was talking about your mic setup.
That'd be awesome if it was push to talk. So this can go back in the box. It no longer needed. Well, at least the rain's holding off. At least for now, anyways. Removing oil pump bolts. Where's my magnetic 8? That will make life a lot easier. Ouchie. Well, at least we finally figured out how to make this stupid live stream work. It only took all day. Neutral drop. There ain't no plumber's crack here yet. Yes, it has been.
Hey, Ron and him are both laughing.
At the plumber's crack joke. $10mm. Oh, I need a long prying device. Can anyone tell me what's missing on this truck? There's a significant piece of equipment's missing. Oops, hit the camera. Time to go downstairs and remove some bolts. I'll be right back. Oh, the banter. How's the sound? I guess is the next question. Hey, I found the bolt that I lost earlier. Perfect. So the new microphones hide my Darth Vader voice. Luke. I guess I should have brought the swivel down here with me, but we got it anyways. No swivel needed. All right, time to grab these 10mm on the block side of this oil pump to give us a little more room. No, not now. Oh, I guess it helps if I take this nut out of here to make this 10mm work. Magnetic sockets, love them. That should be sufficient for that one. Now if my socket would let go so I can have it back, that'd be awesome. Okay. Time to go back upstairs. This would be way easier with a hoist. But it is all right with these awesome quick jacks Aaron gave me. All right, we crack loose. I guess we should probably take this Christmas tree off. Hopefully it doesn't break, but they usually do. Wow, it didn't break. that's the first oil pump connector that actually came unplugged, and I didn't have to use a pick. Come on, you know you want to let go. Come on, baby. One oil pump coming right up. Time to find some towels. I guess we'll use some of these towels provided to us by Powerstroke Tech Talk and Daddy Diesel. Ouch! I don't have safety Crocs on today. I only have safety sandals. Raven says, hi, Uncle Cliff. Do. Charge. Let's get us a gasket. Bye-bye. Hey, I got 7 people watching me. That's amazing. Well, hopefully we're lucky and we can get this thing on without any issues. Doesn't look like it ripped the gasket coming off, but we'll see what happens when it goes on. Okay, YouTube says she does though. Let's try to move this gasket over a little bit. There we go. All right. Oil pump. Fuel. Shell rotella. We need approximately 2 tablespoons. Yep. It's time to prime the oil pump. I guess 2 ounces is a little much. Like 4 tablespoons.
Paul says, I'm confused by the lack of curse words while working on a truck. I learned a whole new vocabulary helping my dad work on stuff.
This is YouTube. Curse words are not allowed. For the most part. Or there would be plenty of them, I'm sure. Now, if this gasket would have ripped, you probably would have heard some curse words, but it did not rip yet. Good old oil pump priming. All right, reinsert the tool in the oil pump. And what I have found helps is to put a dab-a-doo of oil on the gasket and the oil pump. But you want to stay away from the edges where you're going to put RTV. Because the RTV will not like the oil at all. But to allow this pump to slip over it easily and less likely to cause a problem, put a little bit of oil on it. Just dab your finger. That's all you really need. Stay away from here and here, because that's where you're going to seal it with block in the oil pan. Need his RTV. Now, did he get the right stuff is the question. Did he get TA31 or did they give him 357? Consensus is TA331. Woohoo! Bye-bye. Used by 9/24/25. Good. We got good glue. It's moving. Be careful with the amount of glue you put on. You don't want to put too much on there. And you got about 5 minutes to 10 minutes to get something going. Or you get to redo it. All that glue for those 2 little spots. Hammer, oil pump, get it somewhat started, hammer, we are back. Tool came out easily. Now we gotta get 2 bolts and get them on the 3 and 9 o'clock positions to draw it in. Man, that delay makes it so I can see my playback. Remember, kids, if you never used tools before, you might want to start these by hand. Don't be like me. Yeah, cross-threading these would suck because they're in the block. Alrighty, time to go downstairs and put the 4 in downstairs. I shall be right back, right after these messages. There's no commercials here. What are you talking about? This is better than live TV. Got a nobody working on trucks. A nobody, an absolute nobody. Thinks he knows what he's doing. And, well, I must be doing something right. The gasket didn't move. At least the metal part of it, anyways.
Paul asks, is there an hour rating on the belt? Instead of mileage, living in a big city, we spend a lot of time stuck in traffic instead of driving, so the mileage is not a good reference. 30 miles can take hours.
Well, every 30 miles is every 33 miles or 31 miles-ish is about an hour of drive or hour of idle. So you can go by hours. I mean, we go by hours for oil changes, so I don't see why you can't go by hours for belts. But you'll probably run out of time before hours by years. Because, I mean, it's 100,000 mile or 112 or 7 years, according to Land Rover. Dayco's 100,000 or 7 years, whichever occurs first. And Ford is just like, we're just going to go 150,000 miles. Hi guys, 150,000. I got the 4 bottom bolts started. Click, click. German torque spec. Good and tight. According to those German YouTubers, LR time. That's another good 3-liter channel, or 2.7 and 3-liter actually. They got both. They also got a 4.4 V8 now too, so kind of wish we had the 4.4 option here in the US, but we don't. We don't get cool stuff like the rest of the world. Yeah, we don't even get 3-liter. It'd be cool to have one of those Rangers.
How many kilometers is that?
I don't know how many kilometers that, Cliff. You got Google? Don't you have something to do, Cliff? Like go to work? Let's not forget to put this vent back on his differential, so he can water forward. I swear working on these F-150s is all done by Braille. All right, our bolts are back in down here. It's time to install a crank seal. Huh?
Says doesn't have anything to do today. Lunster says typical Ford, always in the shop.
Always in the shop. The 3-liter is hardly ever in the shop. This is just maintenance. Just maintenance. Clean these tools off since these things contact the seal. Spin in the tool to expand the seal. Cat, you're looking for trouble. I can't say your name on YouTube.
Oh, she's after your sandwich.
Yeah, he's a monster.
Got
Just
it all out of the wrapper.
just like his namesake.
I guess I'll just pitch it.
Yeah, that's fine. I didn't expect him to jump up there. I guess I could probably put the other bolts in first. That's probably a good idea. Where did that extension go? There it is. To-go cups for the win. Probably look up the torque spec on these things. I'm sure they're already torqued just by the ratchet. Annoy the world with beep, 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 beep from the torque wrench. What does that Eminem song say? I came here to piss the world off. There you are. Found you. I'm waiting for someone to tell me I didn't tighten those in the right pattern.
You didn't tighten those in the right pattern.
Okay, NASA engineer. Shoots rockets into the skies. Am I busy? I think I am extremely busy right this second. Oh, water. Wawa. Agua. Kirkland water. It's not done yet. Okay, what was I doing? Torque specs. Sorry, ADHD moment.
Paul says, my engine has 1,947 hours, but only 45,000 miles. That's why he was asking about it. The belt is always moving and breaking down. The odometer is not changing, though.
True. You just gotta bring it to me. I mean, even if it's an 18, it's due next year anyway, so.
Isn't it something like your idling hours, like one idling hour is equivalent to like 25 miles an
31 or 33.
hour? Oh, 31 miles an hour. So you could just kind of back into what you need based off of your engine hours times 33 miles an hour.
I guess it helps if I put the right password in. Well, Cody, good job. You've locked your profile out. Well, it's a good thing I have these on my Google Drive, so I don't need you. F150 Lion. Just keep loading, just keep loading. And if you guys need these things, you can go and find my Google Drive link and find all the torque specs for doing this and all the workshop manual for doing this. Because I was so kind of printing them off and putting them on the internet for everybody. Let's see, these guys. These guys are torqued to I am on that sheet. Tell me the torque spec. 8 to 11 Newton meters. I'm gonna guarantee you those are pretty close to that. That took long enough to find, huh?
They have those little adapters now that you put on a breaker bar, and it actually has the torque on it, which is kind of cool. So you turn a breaker bar into a torque wrench.
I need to find a small torque wrench for the back that will go up to 23 newts. Because that's the hard part, is finding a small one with a flex head that goes to 23 newts. I found small ones for like bicycles, but they don't go up to 23 Newton meters. They stop at like 16 inch-pounds. For you guys who use the standard system. Ah, there you are, 8 millimeter. Well, we're not going to 23. Let's bring her down. Let's do 10 Newton meters right in the middle. Look at that, they go right to tight. Better get that extension and mess up that torque value. Wrong. Putting an extension on does not change your torque value. Click, click. Good and tight. Okay, crankshaft seal. Where are you? Now we're gonna slowly twist this onto the expander tool to expand this Teflon seal. Push it in. No lubrication is needed. Goes on clean and dry because they put lubrication on it at the factory. Remove the cool tool. That's very expensive. Install this guy. That's also very Remember, this seal goes 1 millimeter below flush. Sure, all the Americans are like, stop using the metric system. You're in Florida. Now we'll let that sit and chill, and we'll put some other stuff back together. This one goes like this. Oh, at least I thought it went like that. Make me out to be a liar. This one goes like this, because there's no place for it. Dust seals are installed. I guess we can put the connector back in. Lock and Christmas tree clip. And then we can put the harness back up where it belongs. If I can find my prying stick. Ah, there we go.
Paul has heard that the twist in the extension affects torques depending on the length.
Well, I'm going to have to agree with the engineer and say it doesn't affect it to the point that it matters. I'm going to have to agree with the engineers on this. Because if it mattered to the point that it actually mattered, they'd put it in the workshop manual to calculate for the length of an extension. And they don't put that in the workshop manual, so it doesn't matter. Plus, these torques are a range anyways for most of them. So if you're in the middle of the range, it don't matter. Or even if you're at the high end of the range, a little less is fine. Like those oil pump bolts, oil pump bolts are 8 to 11 newts. So we were in the middle of the range, so it's possibly they're at 8 newts anyway. So, and who knows how accurate the torque wrench is. It would be really nice to be working inside an air conditioning. That's for sure. Yeah, it was hotter this morning. It's almost time to go pull that locking tool so we can start with the crankshaft again. Almost there. Get the clean rag again and wipe off this crankshaft so it's clean and dry. Get any kind of lubrication off it, because the only thing that holds this is pressure and a diamond washer. There's no keyway. Clean and dry. Look at all the rust that came off. Yum, yum. Clean the crank pulley again with that good old Brake clean. Hashtag brake clean mafia, as the back of the shirt says. Clean all the nastiness out of this pulley. There's a bunch of it. Huh? Just a tiny squirt. Well, I only have like 2 cans of brake clean left, and I haven't gone to the store and gotten more. I think I just need to order a bunch of them. I need to get an account at the parts house so I can get the good stuff. Amsoil brake clean is expensive, even for the dealers. That stuff that Aaron and Ray get, is like $2 a can, and that's some good stuff. It doesn't leave a film. Alrighty, clean up this washer. New crank bolt. That's what we need next. And that goes on clean and dry. We set this thing up slightly behind the nub, slightly behind the casting mark, because we had to turn this backwards just a hair to get the locking pin in, or the locking tool in on the flex plate. I'm going to back my tool out just a hair so I don't smash it. Because these crank tools are $100 a piece. Whew! Get the big torque wrench out. And then look up the torque specs again. First is 100 Newton meters. Hundred and two. Go back a little. $88. 89, go. This is the easy one. Then we get to go all the way down the measuring stick to approximately 222 foot-pounds or 300 Newton meters. There goes my socket. By the way, this is the absolute minimum torque on this bolt. After this, we have to go 90 degrees. And the camera's right in my way. I ripped my finger off. Ah. De-torque the torque wrench for storage. Hey, 11 people now. My thing says 11. Oh well. I know, I'm not exciting.
You had 15 at one point.
Woohoo! This is pretty boring stuff. Let's mark. I'm glad he's alive. Dude just fell off the face of the earth. Mark the crank, mark the bolt, so we know we went 90 degrees. I don't have an angle finder. Don't really need one to go 90 degrees. But I do need this jack handle. Ouch. Guess I need to put my Crocs on so I stop messing my feet up. I know. I gotta go all the way through to 90 degrees, but that's just not possible. I just gotta find a way to do this now with all this stuff in the way. We got about halfway. It's about what happens. It sounds like the mail's here. The good old S10 mail truck. You can hear them from a mile away. That's approximately 90 degrees. Or 600 Newton meters, whichever happens first. which I don't have a torque wrench that high. Woo! New gloves. Time to put the timing pin back in and take the lock out. Darn, I missed the garbage can. I will say the Florida trucks are a lot easier to get these timing tools in. Less corrosion on the block. Feel like I get a more accurate time on these trucks. But where I'm gonna go downstairs for a minute. I shall be RB. Loosen the tooth, drop it down, loosen the holder, oh come on, thank you. We removed the starter while we were taking a break from live streaming because I didn't think y'all would want to just see an engine bay. Well, I am underneath the truck the whole time. That would kind of be pretty boring. Not that this is not boring, but time to crawl back out so I can line this up and start actually timing this thing. Put my tool away. Tools back installed into the red basket. Okay. 1/2-inch drive ratchet, come here. .21mm socket, come here. Back the crank up, make sure the pin is all the way in. Pin is all the way in. Crank is dead on the web. You did such a fine job, Mr. Phillips. Mark it for the next guy. Probably going to be me. We do got to find a place to put Kilroy though, because he's missing from this already. We can't forget our plastic piece, wherever it may be. I don't want to have to buy this guy another tensioner bolt. Oh, piece of plastic. There you are. Put that guy in his home. Grab our brand spanking new Icon 13mm. That finally broke on me on the last job. Had it from August of 19 when they first came out to last weekend, or the weekend before, one of the two. Time flies. So these bolts are these idler pulleys are 23 Newton meters, plus 45 degrees. We could actually probably look and see what the total torque is. .23 newts. Where's my long 3/8 ratchet? Oh, there it is. Approximately 45 degrees. Give it a little snug. Approximately 45 degrees. Give it a little bit more. There we go. We mark these. It has been torqued with our torque line. Another torque line. All right. Time for a timing belt. Too tight, loosen it up just a hair so it can move freely. Go get our Daco belt and set these all the way to the driver's side.
Also, just back in store, just watching. Thought that changing the engine mount of fuel filter was bad. Time ago, it's horrible.
I mean, we had it down to the oil pump in less like an hour. Ford belt.
You had it down there in an hour.
Daco belt. I mean Ford belt. I mean Daco. I don't know. Got our handy dandy belt holding tool from the Chinese Land Rover kit. Lifesaver. You don't forget your socket down there. Then destroy your brand new belt.
Tell Paul to bring his truck to you.
Yeah, I mean, February, March is a great time to come to Florida. It's not so hot that it's unbearable. It's relatively nice. I want to be in the middle of this thing. That's not looking possible. Now we can remove our Chinese belt holder. Ooh, Cody, you messed up. You get to restart. Good thing I caught that now. Arrow's in the wrong direction. I am only human. Probably wouldn't make much of a difference, but at least follow the directions, huh? Oh. Hey, look at that. I got it right this time. The belt and the wear pattern of the pulleys. Now we can remove our Chinese tool. $17mm for the tensioner bolts. Goes on the torque wrench. 23 newton meters on the torque wrench. And we need a 10mm Allen. Now let's try the long one today. .23 newton meters. Now we'll have to go about 45 degrees with it too. After we verify our nub is in the middle. Which it is. And I'll have to take a picture of it for the customer. Let's verify again in case it moved, which it shouldn't have. Right in the middle, close to it. See where our timing pins are. One's loose, one's tight. $18mm on the center of the cam. Loose timing pin. Loose timing pin. 13mm again. Torque those again to 23 newts. But these ones do not get twisted And don't over tighten these because you will break a cam gear, because these are just powdered metal gears and they will break. Then you have a $15,000 mistake. And you should have just bought a long block to begin with. Or in our case, a 21 complete. Alrighty. Pull the cam pin, pull the cam pin. Go diving into the engine bay. I'm gonna have to back this up just a hair to unlock this pin. Even though you're not supposed to. Don't yell at me. You just ain't gonna get that pin out without doing it. And that's another reason to make your own. Because at least then you can put some kind of tool on it to spin it out. Ford did a good job, but not perfect. If only they put an Allen head right there. We'll go around 2 full revolutions and see what happens. Well, we'll stop just before 2, but we'll probably have to adjust the cam gears, as usually the case. Belt stretch and all the fun stuff of a new belt. Almost there. Red tip is coming up. Stop. Put our timing pin back in. She's in. Crank's locked. It's back in its home. Passenger side pin. This one normally will go in, and it did not. Driver side did though. Oh, you're gonna break the torque wrench loosening it with the torque wrench. Pin back in. Driver side pin still moves freely. Tightening 23 Newton meters. Pin still moves, pin still moves. Pull pins. Pull crank pin again. This is the longest part of this whole process. And we go ground 2 more times. One full revolution. I usually check it 2 or 3 times anyway, so nothing new here.
What are you looking at to call it a full revolution?
The notches on the crank. I got a red one. Then you can see the cam timing pin holes when they're coming up to where they're supposed to be. Revolution number 2 is almost there. Ford says in the manual 1 7/8 of a revolution. Pins in, locked on. Driver side pin, passenger side pin. They are not different, but I have my pins marked. Passenger side good. Driver side good. She's good to go back together again. That is how you time an engine on a 3-liter, Land Rover or Ford. If anyone would like to buy me an oven, this is a great time to get me an oven because apparently our oven's not warming up. So this is my problem on top of working on this thing. Preferably before Thanksgiving. You're right. So then we'll pull the timing pin out, put the plug back in, and dress the front of this motor. But I'm going to take a break, so we'll be back in probably a half an hour, 45 minutes to finish up this